does withhold legislative consent, let's be clear what it might withhold consent from. Under the Scotland Act 1998, which founded the Parliament, there's a requirement that when the Parliament itself passes laws, all its laws must comply with EU law. And if the UK leaves the EU, then the UK Parliament, as part of the mammoth tidying up exercise, removing the requirement of European law from all our legislation, would want to remove that requirement in relation to the powers of the Scottish Parliament. But if the Scottish Parliament says no, we don't consent to that, one other thing that the UK government and Parliament could do is simply say, OK, if you want to carry on a voluntary basis, complying with EU law, we'll respect your wishes.
OK, well, that's interesting. How do you react to that?
Well, I have to say this is a matter entirely for the Scottish Parliament, and the First Minister will be making a statement to the Scottish Parliament tomorrow. But
just to be clear to our audience, Scotland, according to, I think, what Nicola Sturgeon was saying at the weekend, you don't want to leave the EU and then have to rejoin. You want to stay in it, don't you?
Let's be clear. We campaigned wholeheartedly for the entirety of the UK to remain within the EU.
I know that.
We absolutely respect that the people of England and indeed Wales want to exit from the EU, and we should respect that democratic exercise.
Yeah.
However, Scotland's position is unique insofar as 62% of people of Scotland voted to remain. It is incumbent upon the First Minister to do whatever she can to ensure that the will of the Scottish people is recognised, and that is why she's engaging at all levels, and indeed is being very highly respected for doing so. She's demonstrated true leadership in this respect.
Okay.
We have to make sure we're protecting jobs and investment and people who are extremely nervous, because that is not what they have voted for.
All right, thank you for the moment, and thanks very much for your patience. I'm sorry we couldn't give you a bit more time. This just in, it's being reported by Reuters.